It is our weekly visit with our guy Kyle McCord here, and Kyle, it's different than our other weekly visits so far. We've not talked to you coming off a loss, heading into now Holy Cross here this week. I imagine these questions are getting old and repetitive at this point, but how have you guys bounced back from an L? Because it's not too much fun to go through something like that.
Yeah, no, definitely not fun at all. And it was tough on Friday. It was a long weekend, but I think we just have to learn from it and grow from it. And then when we get an opportunity to go play again, we need to play to our standard of football. And the thing is, it's early on in the year, and I think we'd much rather have this happen now as kind of a wake-up call and get ready to go on a run, because all our goals and, I think everything that we wanted to set out for at the beginning of the season is still in front of us. So that's encouraging, but we know it's going to take a lot of hard work every single day to get there.
You look at the ACC; it's still completely wide open here early on in the season. Is that something you look at like, okay, well, this stinks. We lost a game, and it was a league game, but right, there's still a chance to go out and reel some off here.
Yeah, no, I think like you said, everybody's going to have to play everybody. Obviously, with no conferences or no divisions, it's just going to be the top two teams that have a chance to go win it. And so I think we're about to get into that stretch where, it's going to determine a lot about the team. And I think, I'm excited to see how we bounce back from it. And I think when adversity strikes, you learn a lot about yourself. So I'm excited to see how we practice this week and obviously how we come out and play. Because I feel like this is the first real test of the team and who we're going to be this year.
I want to ask you some about the game, kind of going in reverse order. What's it like for you as a quarterback, that last possession when you can't do anything? You're just standing there waiting and watching.
Yeah. Obviously, you never want to leave it to chance. And so, a 1-point lead, and I felt like the defense played great all game. Myself didn't put them in great positions, and they did a good job of holding them, to field goals for the most part. So it's tough not being able to, have the ball in your hands there at the end. But I was confident the entire time. And listen, at the end of the day, it was, a one-on-one situation in the 4th and 9 that everybody wants to talk about. And I thought Clarence had great coverage, and, a back shoulder throw, that's hard to cover. And, when it's thrown well and ran well, it's almost impossible to cover. And he had a great game. But it should have never even came down to that. And so, it's tough, obviously, but, I think we're going to learn from it and grow from it, like I said.
Is that also, it feels like a game, right? Like you mentioned the play, like clearly if that play goes differently, you guys win.
Yeah.
But then there's the other 59 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
how do you guys evaluate that, where it A, came down to one play, but B, at the same time, there was a lot of other things that led to that?
Yeah. I think everybody wants to talk about, obviously, that one play, like, if we did this, we would have won, but that's not how it works. Like, there were plenty of opportunities for us to score in the first half, and we didn't. There are opportunities for the offense to score in the second half, and we didn't. And, I had my fair share of mistakes, and I feel like everybody feels that way. All the players on both sides of the ball, the coaches, they feel like if they did, a few things different here or there, we would have won the game. And so I don't think it comes down to that last play, whether we win or lose. Like you said, it's the other 59 minutes of the game where, we shouldn't even have been in that situation. So a lot to learn from. Obviously, losing is never fun. But having a loss early on in the year isn't, the worst thing in the world if you respond from it the right way, which I think we will.
Friend puts it all on him, right? And this is just the way, good, bad, and otherwise. That's how he operates. What does that do for you guys to hear him approach the result like that?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he's putting it all on himself, and we appreciate it 100%, but I think everybody knows that we could have helped him out a lot more. Like I said, not even putting him in that situation. It's tough. It's tough because, I mean, when the whole game is riding on, one play, like, if we make the play, everybody's happy, but in the reality of it, we still made the exact same mistakes previously in the game. And who knows, like maybe we don't learn from it, and those mistakes come back and they bite us at a bigger point later on in the year. When the fate of our postseason relies on it. And so, like I said, I think I'd rather have it happen now and learn from it, and it stings. Losses are never fun, but if we respond from it the right way and we grow from it and we use this loss to kind of motivate us and push us into a run, here in the middle part of the season, then, as hard as it is, I think that loss is worth it.
Kyle McCord with us as he is every week, brought to you by our friends at Davidson Ford and Davidson Chevy. Kyle, we've talked so much about how you and your pass catchers have been on the same page. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the interception you threw going for Villari is a rare situation where you've not been. Is that one where it just looks worse when you're not, right? Because you're throwing before they're open, because that's just the way the offense works, right?
Yeah. That's part of it. Obviously, Dan and I weren't on the same page, and it's not his fault. That's just, honestly my fault. I have to wait until he gets his eyes around, or, I have to talk to him, before in practice about, how I want him to run that route against a certain coverage. And so that's things that we gotta iron out. And, that was a crucial mistake, obviously leading to a touchdown. But like you said, I think that's part of the offense, throwing guys open before, sometimes they're looking, and, most of the time we are on the same page, but when we're not, it's not fun. And so I think that's just another kind of example of what I was just talking about, is those are all things that we have to get ironed out and fixed, because, if that pass just goes incomplete, we chalk it up to, we weren't on the same page, and
right.
That mistake might never get fixed until it shows itself in a bigger point. And, I guarantee, like, there's going to be an opportunity for, me and Dan to connect later on in the year in a big situation just like that, and we'll be on the same page because of what happened in week 3.
I'm still struggling with the neck roll. The neck roll out and pass pattern just confusing me.
Yeah, he looks like a unit out there running routes. Yeah, I don't know if it helps the swag or not, but it's definitely a little bit of an eyesore for the swag.
It's a vibe. I don't know what the vibe is. It's definitely a vibe, though. Villari's a vibe all the time. That's for sure. We got Kyle McCord with us. It's Holy Cross this week, and these games are always interesting, right? Because you know the deal against the FCS opponents. Like, they're coming to play you. You're big favorites. How do you handle that whole thing where you know what's supposed to happen, and they got other ideas about that?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing is it doesn't matter who shows up to play. We have to play to our level and our standard, and our execution has to be there, our effort has to be there, our attention to detail has to be there, no matter who shows up. And so I think that's the biggest message, is it's about us, and it's the same message every single week from here on out. If that we play our game and we play to the level that we're supposed to play, we'll be in a good position. And so Holy Cross is a good team. We know they're going to come ready to play, but at the same time, it's about getting better throughout the week and then showing up on Saturday ready to go.
When we're talking next week, Kyle, what would you like us to be saying about this game? When you look back at it, other than a win, like what's going to make you feel good inside about this one?
I just want for people to see how hard we play, because I feel like we didn't put our best foot forward on Saturday, and I just want to play with a lot of effort. I want to play with a lot of toughness, and just kind of rebrand ourselves a little bit, and I want this to be the start of a run that we're about to go on.
Last Dome game for a while. It's sold out already. It's a family weekend, parents weekend, so a lot of parents and families of students here will be here. What do you think the environment will be like? Because it sounded, at least to me, Friday, like it was pretty raucous in there most of the game.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good environment. I feel like the Dome every week has been getting louder and louder. So now to have kind of one last home game until we come back in November, sold out, and it should be good. Noon game, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. And then hopefully we can kind of keep this energy up once we get back in November.
Kind of crazy, right? That you will be gone for a month after this, right?
Yeah, no, it is wild. It's crazy how the schedule kind of worked itself out, having 4 straight home games and then going a whole month without playing at home. But we'll play in some really cool environments, so I'm excited for it.
All right, yeah, Vegas, then NC State, a bye in there in Pittsburgh. So 2 NFL stadiums coming up out of the road trips after Holy Cross this week. All right, Kyle, thanks for stopping by as always. Good luck this week. We'll talk again next Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
There he is, Kyle McCord.